Hey everyone, it's Karen from Mayfly Life. Today I'm in the kitchen, not cooking or not preparing my garden or anything like that. I'm back at it doing soap and I am so happy. I'm making what I'm calling a green thumb sand soap. It's very similar to my gardener soap that I made last year. I'm all out of gardener soap, so I need something new. And this one is a little bit different where the oils are pretty much the same. I added aloe vera juice in my Lye Solution, but I'll give you the recipe in the description below and give you a heads up as to what all percentages and weights that I've used for this particular recipe. Now it's going to be something in the way of more of a green, hence the name Green Thumb. Garden soap slash mechanic soap. My husband works for a construction company, and his company absolutely loved the gardener soap that I used the last time because it really got all the grease and grime off the mechanics' hands, and they really loved it. So what I'm doing here is, instead of using pumice, I'm actually using sand. And it's a fine sand, but not so fine where it's going to be totally lost in the soap. It's got a little bit of grit, which will help with exfoliating and getting rid of all those that greasy, grimy stuff, as well as garden dirt and whatever else your hands get themselves into. So let's get going. So here I've got all my oils. I've got 25 grams of castor, 375 grams of coconut oil. I've got olive oil, which is 50 grams, and cocoa butter, which is also 50 grams. And like I said, my Lye Solution is half aloe vera and half water, distilled water, which comes out to a total of 180 grams, so it's 90 each. And so what I'm going to do is I've let the oils cool, let my Lye Solution cool. I'm also going to be adding some additives, namely the sand. I'm also adding some green clay, which will be nice for skin softening purposes. And I'm going along the theme of that green theme, so what my fragrance is going to be, it's sweetgrass. So let's get to it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just add my Lye Solution, my cooled Lye Solution. It's actually at room temperature, so it's cooled down sufficiently, so I won't have anything to worry about with fast-moving trace or anything like that. This is a very simple soap, and I'm just going to give it a little bit of a buzz. I'm using my old blender. I don't want to use my newest blender. So I'm using my old blender just to stick blend it. And like I said, it's going to be a very simple soap. Now I want to get it to a decent enough trace, like to a medium trace, so that when I do add the sand, it's not going to sink, and it's just going to stay suspended in the batter. Feels good to soap again. I haven't done it for quite some time, and I really do miss it. And it is actually a trace, but like I said, I want it to be quite thick. Okay, that's good. So what I'm going to do is just scrape off my stick blender. Like I'm using, like if you're going to use something like sand or pumice or anything else, what I normally do is, I've got 2 stick blenders, so what I normally do is, with anything gritty that won't break down very easily, I will use my old stick blender. Okay, so now we'll take this out of here so that it is out of the way. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to add a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons of the French green powder, French green clay. Add that. So I'm just going to probably add a tablespoon. This is a ½ tablespoon, by the way. And I'm just going to hand mix it because I don't want it, I want it speckly, if you know what I mean. A little bit, but I'll give it a quick mix with my blender, along with a little bit of green chrome oxide, so that's about ½ a teaspoon. Okay, and I'm going to give it a little quick pulse. I want it to be nice and green, like not in your face green, but I want it to be green. And I'm going to add my fragrance oil, which is about 31 grams. And this is, like I said, the sweet grass. It smells really good. And this smells great. Okay, so it's nice and thick, which is how I wanted it. And like I said, it's a very simple soap. I mean, I'm not doing all fancy swirls and stuff like that. It's just a plain ordinary soap that I can use for gardener soap, and also for mechanic soap, like when we're doing any type of work on a car or whatever. So now I'm going to add the sand, and you're going to add about 2 tablespoons. Okay, and then I'm going to mix it up, and I'm going to see how gritty it is. This is a 500 gram batch, by the way. Oh, and it smells wonderful. Okay, and I just might add another tablespoon, because I want that grit in there. There we go, that's better. And the sweetgrass is from Voyager Soap and Candles here in Canada. I'm sure you can get something similar if you're in the States, like from Crafter's Choice or you know, Brambleberry or wherever else you go. Like it's Nurture's Garden or Nature's Garden. I'm not sure what it's called, but. And you're going to mix this really well so that you get all the clumps and the lumps out, as well as the bubbles. Okay, so now I'm just going to pull over my nice little mold. And I'm going to pour into individual. Last time I made it, I swirled it into an old Pringles container, so. And I just want perfect bars. Okay, it's going to be really thick, like I said. Okay, so it's nicely cleaned up. And what I need to do now is just wait 24 hours and let it harden, and then I'll remove it from the molds. Well, hello everybody. I'm back for the demolding of my garden soap. So what I'm doing is I'm just stretching it out so it releases on the edges. I'm just going to pop these little suckers out. And as you can see, they look pretty good. A little holy, but that's fine because it's for my use only. I'm not really doing them for selling purposes. That smells terrific. So like I say, it doesn't take much to pop them out. They go really hard. So I didn't have to wait 24 hours, which is great. And they're just the right size for hand bar. So these are gonna sit and cure for a little bit. I'll have to wait yet before I can actually use them because they need to cure. And then I'll be able to use them. So yeah, worked out really well. And if you want to make your own, I provided the recipe in the description. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.